It's a random afternoon. You're scrolling through your phone, maybe on TikTok, maybe on YouTube, and you see it. Someone talking about how they turned a small amount of money into something massive. $1,000 into $10,000. $10,000 into $100,000. And your first reaction? That's not real. Or maybe, I missed my chance. Because in your mind, the stock market feels like something that already happened. Like all the opportunities are gone. Like unless you started years ago, there's no point anymore. So you do what most people do. You ignore it. You keep your money in your bank account. You tell yourself you'll look into it later. And life moves on. But here's the truth that might sting a little. It's not too late. You're not behind. And the stock market in 2026 might actually be one of the most important opportunities you'll ever have. Not because it's easy, not because it's guaranteed, but because of what happens if you don't participate. Because while you're sitting on the sidelines, your money is losing value. Every single day. Inflation doesn't care if you're ready. It doesn't care if you understand investing. It just quietly eats away at your purchasing power. So doing nothing is actually a decision. And it's one of the most expensive ones you can make. Now let's clear something up. Most people think the stock market is about getting lucky, picking the right stock, timing the perfect moment, beating everyone else. But that's not how the biggest wins actually happen. The biggest wins come from being early and staying consistent. Let me show you what I mean. Back in the early 2000s, a lot of people ignored a small online bookstore called Amazon. It didn't look like anything special. It wasn't dominating headlines. It wasn't guaranteed. But the people who invested early and held on turned small investments into life-changing wealth. We're talking thousands of % returns. Then there's Apple. In the early days, it was just another tech company. But those who believed in it and stayed invested watched it become one of the most valuable companies in the world. And more recently, look at Tesla. People laughed at it, doubted it, called it overhyped, but early investors made what most people would call insane returns. Now here's the mistake people make when they hear stories like this. They think, okay, I just need to find the next Amazon, the next Apple, the next Tesla. But that thinking is exactly what keeps people stuck, because they start chasing, guessing, overthinking, and most importantly, they delay. They wait for certainty that never comes. But here's the shift you need to make. The stock market isn't just about finding the next big winner. It's about putting yourself in a position where you benefit from growth over time. Because the market as a whole has always moved forward. Not in a straight line, not without crashes, but over time, it goes up. That's the game. Now let's bring this back to real life. Meet Sarah. Sarah is like most people. She works, she earns, she saves a little. And for years, she kept her money in her bank account. Safe, stable, doing nothing. Then one day, she decides to start investing. Nothing crazy, just a small amount every month. She doesn't try to outsmart the market. She doesn't chase trends. She just stays consistent. And over time, something interesting happens. Her money starts working for her. Instead of trading time for money, she now has money, generating more money. And that's the shift most people never make. They stay stuck in the cycle of earning, spending, repeating. But investing breaks that cycle. Now let's talk about why 2026 specifically matters. Because we're entering a time where the world is changing fast. AI is transforming industries. New technologies are emerging. Entire markets are being reshaped. And when this happens, opportunities are created. Not just for companies, but for investors. Because every major shift in history has created massive wealth for the people who position themselves early. The internet, mobile technology, e-commerce, and now, artificial intelligence and automation. This isn't about hype, it's about direction. And the stock market is where that direction turns into opportunity. But here's where most people go wrong. They think they need a lot of money to start. They think they need to understand everything. They think they need to be perfect. You don't. Because the real power of the stock market comes from consistency, not perfection. Let's say you invest just $100 a month. That's it. No crazy strategies, no risky bets, just consistency. Over time, that adds up, not just because of what you put in, but because of what your money earns on itself. That's where things start to compound. And compounding is where the magic happens. It's slow at first, almost invisible, but then it starts accelerating. And before you realize it, you've built something meaningful. Now let's address the fear, because it's real. What if I lose money? What if the market crashes? What if I mess it up? Here's the truth. Yes, the market goes down. It always has, and it always will. But the people who lose are usually the ones who panic, the ones who jump in and out, the ones who treat investing like gambling. The people who win think long-term. They stay in the game. They don't let emotions control their decisions. Because time in the market beats timing the market every single time. Now, let's bring everything together. The reason you should partake in the stock market in 2026, it's not because it's trendy. It's not because it's easy. It's because it's one of the few systems in the world that allows your money to grow without you constantly trading your time. It's leverage. It's an opportunity. It's access to the growth of the entire global economy. And the best part? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. So here's your challenge. Not tomorrow, not next month, this week. Open an investment account. Put in something, even if it's small, even if it feels insignificant. Because it's not about the amount, it's about the action. Then do it again next month, and the month after that, and the month after that. Because years from now, when you look back, you won't be thinking about the fear. You won't be thinking about the hesitation. You'll be thinking about one thing. I'm glad I started when I did. And if you don't, you might be thinking something very different. I wish I had started sooner. The choice is yours, but the clock is already ticking. Make your move. If this video opened your eyes, even just a little, then don't let that feeling fade the moment you leave. Because understanding what to do is powerful, but knowing where to start safely, that's what actually builds confidence. So before you go, I want you to check out the previous video right here. Roadmap to Wealth as a 20 to 35 years old. Because if this video showed you the bigger picture, that one shows you how to take your first step without overthinking or risking everything. And trust me, that's where most people get stuck. So go watch that next. And if you got value from this, hit like and subscribe, because we're just getting started. Smell you later.